Thanks very much, Mr. Chairman. I won't take long, but I do love being on this committee. And I fear that what I'm seeing is kind of a slow-mo self-destruction of the committee in various respects. Like that? The slow-mo self-destruction of the committee began, I would say, with the destruction of our circuit court blue slips. I know that created an immediate political advantage for the Republican side in order to be able to shove circuit court nominees into Democrat seats. But then the winds changed. And the next thing you know, Republicans are looking around for a blue slip and finding that, oh no, we killed it. The net result, as the politics balance out, is that we transferred our power on this committee, individual senators' power on this committee, to the executive branch. And we've never gotten it back. We just gave it away. We're having a reprise of that right now with respect to United States attorneys. This Department of Justice has figured out a device for circumventing this committee entirely. It's not a question of us not having a blue slip. They have figured out a way to put U.S. attorneys in place without the individual's name ever coming before this committee. The trick is you appoint somebody an interim, and then when the time gets ready to run out, you can the first assistant, and you put your interim into the first assistant position, and then you designate that individual as something called a special attorney, and that's it. According to the Department of Justice, that individual now has all the powers of the United States Attorney, and this committee has never even had a role in looking at that. Now, if you all are happy with that, if you want to have the new rule for U.S. attorneys be that you get to put them in without even touching base with this committee, without even having a conversation with the senator from the home state, if that's what you want this to be, keep it up. But when the time comes, when the winds shift, and suddenly it's your U.S. attorneys who are being selected by an administration without even consultation with you, without any committee process or review whatsoever, then don't come complaining to me. It was not met with much sympathy by me when I had to hear complaints about the circuit court blue slip disappearing when your side had killed the circuit court blue slip. If you kill Judiciary Committee process for U.S. attorneys, please don't think that that's just a one-way ticket. We will permanently disable this committee's ability to have a say in U.S. attorneys if we don't do something about what this Department of Justice is doing right now. And the last self-destruction that I see taking place in this committee is that we don't require witnesses to answer questions. Instead, we allow them to assert privileges that are preposterous, and we just let it pass. Well, it's fine when you have the gavel and it's a witness you want to be allowed to duck questions and assert fake privileges, but that wind shifts too, and the time will come when you will want your questions answered, and you will want to have the chair direct the witness to answer the question unless there's a real privilege. As Chairman Grassley has said repeatedly, executive privilege is limited. It's limited to conversations directly with and around the president. It must be actually asserted by the president. And even then, if there's a good enough reason to overcome the privilege, it can be overcome. Instead, we allow witnesses just to say, oh, executive privilege, with none of those conditions having been met, and now they don't have to answer questions. Worse, executive privilege has been expanded to include FOIA exemptions and limitations on intra-party discovery in a lawsuit. And now those things are grafted into executive privilege. And again, as Chairman Grassley has noted, those aren't privileges that limit Congress's constitutional oversight power. They may limit what one litigant can get from another. They may limit what an individual with a FOIA request can get under the FOIA statute. But this is the United States Congress. This is the Senate Judiciary Committee. And if we're going to allow witnesses to make up fake privilege and then act as if that's okay, again, look out for when that turns. And we just saw this the other day with a truly preposterous assertion of privilege by a lawyer on his way to disbarment, just to add a little bit of extra flavor to it. But I would like to see this committee strong. I know a strong committee is sometimes awkward politically, but when we give up the circuit court blue slip, if we continue to give up any role in U.S. attorney nominations, and if we let witnesses come in and just make up privileges and not have to answer questions, that is slow-mo self-destruction of this committee, and we all pay a price. So thank you for letting me say that, Mr. Chairman. As I've mentioned, on a number of these issues, you've actually been quite strong, and I look forward to working with you to reestablish the prerogatives of United States senators on this committee.